Your kids could get free or low-cost health coverage from Medicaid or CHIP. Even if you've applied before, they may be eligible now. Kids up to age 19 are covered for checkups, vaccines, dentist visits, hospital care, and more. And if they already have Medicaid or CHIP, remember to renew every year. Visit insurekidsnow.gov or call 877-KIDS-NOW. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Take me out to left field. Give me a shot of Fireball. Give me some high fives from Mark Pena and a hug from Jeff Cross as we stand on top of the tables. Hearing the horns, that's a blast. For it's 1, 2, 3 shots from the cannon with the ladies of left field.
Hey y'all, it is game time with the ladies of left field. We are back for the start of postseason. So we got a lot of things going on. We got a lot of baseball, a lot of softball, a lot of other things. It is Jordan here with Katie and Kasey.
Hey y'all.
And I will kick it off with Hot Girl Headlines because I just want to get this out of the way because it makes me sad. And so we're just going to hit it and we're going to move on. The Stars are down 3-1 against Edmonton. They could not buy a goal if they had won the lottery and had all the money in the world. So at this point, we are working off of hopes and prayers, and Game 5 is on Thursday night. So everyone send your good vibes. The Ottinger sweater that I got for my birthday is probably going to arrive on Thursday, so at least I will have it for maybe our last time.
Yeah.
We're stars. Panthers are also at 3-1 on my secondary team, the Hurricanes, so maybe I should stop rooting for hockey teams. Katie, I will kick it over to you for the NBA.
Okay, yeah, we are like playoff season in a lot of sports. So we are in the Western and Eastern Conference finals for the NBA, and I've actually been watching recently. I don't know why, I mean, nothing else was on, but it's been entertaining. And both on the Western Conference and the Eastern Conference are at 3-1. So it might be ending very soon. So if you're interested, tune in. So the Thunder are still killing it, which personally who I'm rooting for. So right now the Thunder are up 3-1 against the Minnesota Timberwolves. This is Wednesday when we're recording, and they do have Game 4 tonight. So OKC could finish it tonight and then move into the NBA Finals. Also, on the other side of the bracket, we have the Pacers versus the Knicks. The Pacers are up 3-1. There have been some times the Knicks have kind of looked like they've been in it, but then the Pacers are still pretty much dominating. So they play as well on Thursday for Game 4. So we'll see if the Pacers can take it home or if the Knicks can kind of get a game in here to extend that series. This will drop on Friday. So if OKC and Minnesota are still playing, you can definitely watch their Game 5 on Friday night. So again, I'm all about the Thunder. I hope they win it all, but we'll see. So NBA has been fun to watch. Huge crowds of the games. You know, at the Knicks games, they show like Celebrity Row has been packed. And so far, so good. That's what I got. Okay, so you want to take us to baseball? Or Jordan, you also did some cool stuff for the last weekend. I mean, you were all in the producing, LaCrosse playoffs. So you want to tell us more about that?
Bonus Hot Girl headline, I guess. Your women's NCAA lacrosse national champions are the North Carolina Tar Heels. I would like everybody to know I obviously had nothing to do with that, even though I live here now. But North Carolina had a cool story. There are 3 sisters, Chloe, Ashley, and Nicole Humphrey, who are the first trio of sisters to win a national championship. That was so cool to watch. And our reporter talked to them after the game, and they were awesome. And then on the men's side, Cornell won their first championship since 1977. Which is cool because Cornell also won the first ever men's lacrosse national championship in 1971. They won 3 in the 70s, and then they went forever without winning. Another thing that's cool about them, they got a lot of cool things. CJ Kurse is their star and tied the NCAA single season goals record in the championship game on Monday. But also their coach, Connor Busick, played for Cornell, graduated in 2015, So Matt, for everyone,
Wow.
31 years old, just coached his team to a national championship. He also took them to the championship in 22, even though they didn't win, so they were runners up. But like, what are we all doing with our lives? This man is coaching national champions, and I'm here going to the bookstore.
Yeah. Jordan, you're also producing shows for ESPN. Come on.
Exactly. That's a good point. Good point. But no, that was cool. It was a really cool weekend. Like, there were a whole bunch of cool storylines, and I know lacrosse isn't a huge sport, but there were some cool storylines in the semifinals and national championship games. So it was such a cool experience to just be there and see all that. Produce my first national championship for ESPN. That was awesome.
Well, lacrosse has been, it's been one of those things where when I was in college, I nannied, babysit, whatever, for a family. And the oldest son, who by the time I was wrapping up, he was starting his freshman year at Austin High, but he played lacrosse. In fact, I feel like both of the boys played lacrosse.
And there's a couple at Austin High, McCallum, and Anderson, I feel like have really pretty legit lacrosse programs. I know McCallum's is kind of faded, but I know that
Austin High's is still going strong, because when I dog sit over there like last week and I'm walking around the Terrytown neighborhood, there's multiple signs in the neighborhood of, whatever the boy's name is at the, Austin High Lacrosse,
Well, lacrosse is cool because, like, you don't have to be 6'5" and 200 pounds to be good at lacrosse. I feel like one of the stars in this game was like 5'7", 145 or something. But like, as long as you're fast and nimble, like, you can still find a place on the lacrosse field. So that's another thing that's been cool this season, just opening, like, because, I play golf, which is something a lot of people didn't think of. It's more popular now, but when I was in high school, no one played golf. Yeah. So I used to tell people, like, get your daughters in golf. Yeah. And now I'm like, get your sons in lacrosse. So yeah, it's been cool.
It's hard to play. All that gear, it's not cheap. Like I just being
true.
Who have kids who play, like students who play lacrosse, and our gym coach used to be one of the big lacrosse players and lacrosse coaches in town for like select. He played at Texas State. He talks about that. That's one of the biggest like barriers for lacrosse, is just the expense of it.
That makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Which I guess that kind of lines up with the schools that have a lacrosse team in Austin.
That are good. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly, Case. Exactly. But it's still cool. And Jordan, I think that's so cool that you got to produce that and produce a national championship. That's super awesome. I love it. Good stuff.
Yeah, it was fun.
Well, the reason we're all here and we are hyped because Kasey's going to tell us all about our regional college baseball bracket. It was announced on Monday at 11 a.m. Central Time. We spent our weekend at the Barton Creek lovely resort, and we actually asked for a late checkout so we could make sure we stay in the hotel to watch the selection show and get the scoop before, of course, we left and then met Kasey and Barton at Matt's Rancho, like professionals that we are.
And I knew, like, when the night before, Barton was kind of like, I wonder if they're going to want to. I go, they will, but it won't be at 11. It'll be after the selection show. It'll be the 12:30 window, when we get the 11 o'clock crowd vacating Matt's. But yes, the selection, or all the seeds were announced. Everybody that made the tournament was announced. This is the time of year, if you're a huge baseball fan and your team is good, that you are just chomping at the bit and can't wait for Friday and all that good stuff. Texas is the number 2 seed, national seed, which is going into the start of the season when we didn't even know. We didn't know anything and didn't have any idea what to expect. I don't think any of us expected us to be the number 2 national seed. So greatness for Coach Sloss and the guys, all of them coming together and playing good. Our regional is UTSA, Houston Christian, and Kansas State. So 2 of the teams we've already played on during the season. We've played Houston Christian and UTSA. UTSA actually beat us on a Tuesday night. So we've got those 2. We will open up with Houston Christian on Friday afternoon at 1 o'clock. And miraculously, it's not supposed to be 105 degrees. It's supposed to be in the, maybe
it's for you guys.
We need the mid to low 80s. We'll see. Hopefully it's not got stifling humidity because of these weird storms we have, but I think those are pushing out. by this atmosphere stuff we've got on. But anyway, so we have that. Super, super excited. And we match up with the UCLA regional when it would come to super regionals. And that regional is stacked, hard. I mean, that's all California teams. And as an old school Texas baseball person from back in my high school time of watching and in college, we used to just cringe if we had got a California team in our regional because we knew that they were going to just be such battlers, and oftentimes they did knock us out. And that was back in the day of a 16 regional. So it was an intense weekend. You didn't have super regionals, you just had regionals. I think
so we were watching that show. Mark and I were getting real nervous about that possibly we were going to be matched up with the Tennessee regional.
Right.
And then the Tennessee just beat us in the SEC tournament. We were like, no, in Tennessee, it's hot right now. They're very,
they figured out around this time.
Yeah.
Always.
So we were super nervous. We were like, no, not Tennessee. And then we were like, and then we knew it was going to be UCLA. And the only, that's a stacked regional, but the only positive thing is if we win our regional and whoever wins that regional, they're coming to Austin for the Supers. Right. And being so far away, you got to assume they're not going to bring many fans.
Right. It'll be
home field advantage.
Yeah. It'll be their parents and then the people that live in Austin that are
random in there.
Right. Yeah. But looking at the whole bracket, like now that I'm really diving deep into this right now and looking at some of the super regionals that could conceivably be going on next week. You could have Ole Miss facing Georgia. So there you have, two SEC teams going at it. And then
yeah, damn right.
Yep. And then also the Tennessee, Arkansas regionals line up with each other. So I mean, one of those guys are not going.
Okay. Fun question. If those two end up playing each other, who do you root for? Because Texas didn't do great against either of them.
No, but we played better against Tennessee than we did against Arkansas.
I'm going to say Tennessee just because old Southwest Conference runs deep in me.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I do not like those Arkansas Razorbacks. I don't have enough history against Tennessee to have that like yet. I'm sure it'll get there, but not there yet. Also, Case, there's a possibility that, it's the Conway Regional against Auburn, but like that could be Florida and Auburn coming out of that too. So,
yeah.
Which is kind of wild. It's just amazing how many SEC teams are in this regional bracket.
Oh yeah, that definitely. And even when they put the little map up on the show on Monday, and it was like everybody was down in the South, all the little icons, and then there were like 3 over on the West. Yeah, the Oregon
State
regional. And the UCLA one, and then is it Arizona State or
well, there's Oregon State,
Oregon State, yeah. So, anyway, it's when it's college baseball time. This is the funnest time.
It is so fun,
and everybody's like,
I got a regional up in my area too. Even though I probably won't be attending because Amy and Morgan are coming into town, so we'll be watching the Texas game. But North Carolina's hosting. So if they make it on and I can't make it to the Supers, at least I can go hopefully somewhere and watch some Super.
Well, and didn't we? Oh yeah, because as we were talking about that we were at Barton Creek, off and on. I was there one day, but our friends Hannah and Forrest were there, and Hannah is moving to Nashville, I guess right now as we speak.
Yeah, right now.
Or has done it. But anyway, she was trying to like convince Forrest that, well, Vanderbilt will have a regional. Maybe you should just come to this one. He's like, I don't think so.
Probably won't be doing that.
That's very cute. It was like, oh, well, you just want to come to a regional? Just come to the one for Vanderbilt. And it's like, that's not really how this works.
Yeah, that's not it.
Quite.
That's you like you, but you're not quite understanding the level of commitment we have to these Longhorns.
It was a valiant effort, though. She tried.
Oh yeah.
And Vanderbilt is the number 1 overall seed, as we talk about people. So they definitely came on at the end of the season, just, Came on and dominated.
They won the SEC tournament.
Mhm.
So that really, I think, propelled them up to number one. And, we're cool with that. In all honesty, the record shows that being number one is not always going to win you. Not very often, almost at all. Only one time it's happened. That was Tennessee. They were number one going into the bracket and they won the whole thing. I think that's never happened before. So you could say the odds are best to not be number one seed. Right? That's what we're saying?
Yeah, I would agree. I would definitely agree.
Yeah, I'll take it for sure.
Am I making up that stat, y'all? Or is that right? I'm just going.
No, it sounds right.
Okay.
I don't know for 100% sure, but that's.
I mean, who's fact checking us, really? I mean, I think we should just go with it.
Hey, let's go with it. So maybe someone will email us. Y'all, I check that inbox and I always still.
Damn it.
That's fine. At least no one's saying us bad.
Y'all feel
I was taking a glance too, just to see all the different the kind of the smaller schools and seeing like, okay, did they got in on their own or did they win their tournaments or whatever? So that was but anyway, we're excited about that, and I don't know what if y'all have any other conversations about.
I was just gonna say, I know we were kind of worried personally about TCU being in our regional,
Right.
And I was happy to see they were not. There's some like long standing not favorable connections to the TCU Horned Frogs coming to Austin, so I was happy about that.
I mean, on top of all that too, the whole Schloss thing, like,
yes, well, that's like, long story. Was at TCU, and then he went to A&M, and now he's at Texas, so we didn't need to mess with any of that.
Right.
I thought you just meant that TCU fans are generally a-holes.
Well,
that's
true too.
Because generally they are. So I thought that's what you were saying. Not even the Schloss angle, just like the TCU fans are terrible.
We have
every time we dealt with it.
Yeah, I mean, Katie brings up that Schloss coached all those places. We have our own little bitter history with TCU back in 2010 that was just devastating in those super regionals for us. Yeah. That was for me when we lost. I think I really did cry driving home that Sunday.
Yeah,
that good stuff. It
was tough.
That was brutal. And I was also looking like Dallas Baptist was one.
Yeah,
but I was at
that DBU region the one year we had that with the helicopter and there were fish in the outfield and stuff.
Oh yeah, they were drying off the field, y'all. They were drying off the field by putting helicopters on it. I was like, where are we? How much money does DBU have? Where they're just like throwing all helicopters out here to dry off the field. That was kind of effective, but it was wild.
Mm-hmm.
I remember getting that call. They're like, hey, Jordan, someone said that there is a helicopter. Can you get over there to get B-roll? And I'm like, I mean, yeah, I guess. Sure enough. There's a helicopter like 8 feet over the outfield trying to pull out off the outfield.
Because DBU is also very, very Baptist, and you can't even drink beer out of your own car in the parking lot there. So we were, of course, sneaking drinks in cups, waiting outside our car so that we could have a couple of drinks before we went in, because that place was not joking around. And they had people going up and down cars and parking lots, making sure you were not enjoying yourself. Yeah. That's not fun.
No.
And I'll also say, those of you who just a good quick story. One time at a TCU regional, there was a good fan right in front of us, a TCU fan, and he decided to bring his baby in the game and a baby carrier, like a car seat carrier, y'all. And then he snuck in his booze, his whiskey flask, underneath his baby in the baby carrier, which I'm not going to lie, a little genius move, but probably not the best idea when you're bringing the baby to the game. And then, y'all, he was such a jerk, and Kasey may have caused some issues and was fighting with this man, but he was there with a baby in a baby carrier. And then we got so into it with him that he was being such a jerk that we were like, man, we're calling the cops on you to tell them about your flask under your baby, that he walked off, left without his baby and without his baby carrier.
Stop it.
And he was like, I think the best idea right now is just to leave this whiskey, but also my baby, so I don't get in trouble. I was like, this is a high quality person, high quality TCU fan.
Was he the same one, or was it somebody else in that they came over to the fence of us, and it was either Barn or Mark, like grabbed his shirt through the fence? Yeah, it got really heated. It was one of our best baseball teams ever. We'd only lost like 9 games all year. So we were very pissed off that we got matched up against TCU, in the Super like that. We should have both been going to the College World Series. Because at that point, you didn't have 16. You wanted to have the best teams going to the College World Series.
Yeah.
And now you still will. But yeah, I remember I had my nephew, I had him out there, and when my brother shows up to get him, he's all like, "Daddy, Kasey started a fight." It's like, "Oh, good." My brother's looking at me, and Barnes all like, "Yeah, we got it." I'm like,
but we did not get in trouble, and we did not leave the baby anywhere. So babies are safe in left field. If you are,
if anybody, wonders, we are, and we've been at this a long time.
Yeah.
I just walked off and left. Oh my God. I can't even imagine.
We cannot believe it. We were like, what the heck just happened? We need to go get the baby. Now we feel like
now you're a babysitter on top of everything else.
Oh Lord.
Oh Lord.
Anyways, the regionals and supers are a good time.
They are good.
And if you have, I saw online that Hookem put out a work pass.
Yeah.
You could fill out and turn into your employer if you needed to miss Friday afternoon to come out to the Texas baseball game. That was so cute, y'all.
The Canon, just from an educational standpoint, for somebody that might have been going to all the games this year but hasn't been to a regional before, the Canon will not be inside the stadium, and the PA system cannot play our fight song. They can't even play the Ides of Texas. It has to be very neutral. So anyway, it's
not into baseball. Now's the time to try it out because it is good stuff, super fun. We'll have
another fun thing too. Obviously, watch Texas, but the base is loaded on. I believe it'll be on you,
right?
If you want to park it somewhere where you can kind of see everything. ESPN, you will have you covered. Those cut into all the fun games, anything cool going on. Obviously, switch over to Texas for that full game, but otherwise, just bases loaded on your TV. That stuff's awesome, and they work really hard on that.
I need to remember for us to take that little TV out there because we can get other games on, and maybe Adam will have his too.
Adam got his TV voted. Adam doesn't have a choice. In the group message, someone was like, "It'd be real nice if you brought the TV," and I'm pretty sure Mark's like, "Oh, he will."
Okay. I got to make a note in his line barn for us to bring ours too. I mean, that's the reason we got the thing, and we, keep forgetting to bring it places.
Well, like we said, starts on Friday afternoon at 1. I will be there hopefully for the last hour. I got last day of work stuff to do and graduations, but those who can get out there, get out there. It is a double elimination tournament. We're hoping, that we just win. And then there will be no game on Monday, only a game on Monday if necessary. So hopefully Texas wins on Friday, and then we'll play Saturday night, y'all, at 8 p.m. That is late.
To you all.
It's late, but I like it just because we have that memorial service Saturday afternoon at 2. So now I don't have as much a worry factor,
It's lots of love to the Catalano family. Yeah. And I'm glad y'all can go to that. But geez Louise, y'all, that is a full day.
Well, y'all need maybe you don't have to do anything until 3:00 in the afternoon.
That sounds like a great plan, Case. I hope that we can make that happen.
Stick to it. Yeah.
Stick to it. So we'll see. But good times. Anybody else y'all want to go around the horns? What else is happening?
Let's hit it. Someone hit the other diamond sport we got going around the horn. Softball, baby.
Go for it, Jordan.
Yeah. Okay. Softball is advancing to the Women's College World Series. Again, that was the nice thing about my schedule this weekend is usually I would wrap up my games and get home in time because for some reason, again, being a whole Easter time thing, I didn't want to get home at least halfway through the Texas games. So that was fun to be able to come back for, like at night after a busy day and just watch Texas. I happened to catch the 2 wins. I obviously did not see the game 1 loss. I only watched, was it Friday and Saturday and Sunday, whatever the other 2 games were.
Friday and Saturday.
Okay, yeah. So I got home in time to watch most of Friday's game, since that's the one that went into like extra innings, and then Saturday I got back. So that was fun. That's awesome. Texas is back again. Was it 3rd year in a row?
Third out, 3 out of the last 4.
3rd in the okay.
Yeah. In a row. I can't even remember why we didn't. I mean, what happened that we didn't make it? That
I know that's the thing. Like for me, they've been there the last whatever. But that's the thing, and that's the funny thing is it doesn't matter who you run into. You have this discussion now where like unless you are from Oklahoma, unless you're an Oklahoma fan, I feel like everyone I've spoken to is like someone unseat Oklahoma. I don't care who it is, but someone unseat.
Because they've already won. Have they won 5 is it 4 in a row or 5 in a row? 5. Yeah, that's enough.
And Patty Gasso is the GOAT. Like no one is going to unseat her at this point. Like just let someone else win.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I will say though, I mean, I was proud of our Texas girls for losing that game 1 against Clemson and then coming back and battling to win those last 2 games.
Yeah.
I mean, and shout out, we learned today our girl Reese won Catcher of the Year, which is amazing for softball and for the whole thing. But I'm a little worried about our depth and our pitching.
It does seem a little different. It seems like that Tegan Kavan has sort of dropped off. Not dropped off, but maybe just end of season.
Are a lot, right? I also feel we have a lot of depth in our pitching, and I know that's how softball is. We talked about those girls just pitch and pitch and pitch and pitch the next game and the next game, and I'm just like, but damn, can't your arm be tired? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, when I was watching, and I watched Saturday night, and it was like I was like really getting tired. And all that stuff, and then that last inning was like, oh my gosh, they hit a home run and comes within 1 run. But when they put in Mac Morgan, the lady commentators were talking about they didn't expect her to pitch as many innings as she did. It was more like they were like talking like she'll come in, and then at the end they'll either put in somebody else or they'll put back in Tegan Kavan, which it's just still some of the rules. I still do not follow all of the rules of softball of how you can exit the game and come back in and some of those different things. Because I felt like Clemson was doing the same thing with their pitcher. There was their starting pitcher that we knocked out. They almost, at one point, they were saying she could come back in and pitch towards the end. But Mac Morgan settled in. I mean, she stayed calm after that home run, brought it, they had people on base, and then she got and it's like they were talking about that she's a ground ball pitcher. She's not a overpower you, strike you out, but she entices the ground ball, and for that last out, for it to just be right back to her, and she was able to toss it off over to first base was awesome.
Yeah,
so
it was definitely fun to watch. I mean, I hope that they can go a little bit in the College World Series. But
it's a double elimination tournament, so you always have it's set up just like the men's College World Series with the 2 brackets, 4 on each side. So, I sometimes I don't like that.
So here's the only thing though, and like it could go either way. Texas loses their first game. I'm pretty sure they drop into the other bracket, which is the non-Oklahoma bracket.
Oh, is that what happens in some?
They swap brackets if it's your first game. So I'm like, I hope they win. I will always root for them to win. But also, if we can get out of the Oklahoma bracket until the Champ Series, I'm fine with that too. Yeah. It's good either way. Either you're going to play Oklahoma to play in the championship series, or you're going to play Oklahoma in the championship series. But although the only tough thing for me is if Texas loses, they drop into the Ole Miss bracket. So then obviously I root for Texas. I want that to be very clear. I'm rooting for Texas, but this way I can also root for Texas in one bracket and Ole Miss in the other.
Oh, that's right, because you're family. Yeah.
Yes. That makes sense.
But that would be the positive of losing, is at least you drop out of the OU bracket, so then you wouldn't have to face them again until the Champ Series.
Yeah. I think them getting there though, it's been like because, they had some late inning struggle or late season struggles.
Yeah.
And so to kind of persevere and battle back, Clemson was definitely a formidable opponent.
Yeah, tough team. Like we mentioned, Reese Atwood, first Texas Longhorn to win the NFCA Catcher of the Year. Also, we have, like we mentioned, Tegan and Mia and Atwood are also All-Americans. So that's super cool. So again, great job, softball team. Hope you guys can keep it going. But like Kasey said, overall, impressive season. Way to battle back and get there.
And with softball advancing to the College World Series, and then our men's golf team advanced. They went through they got to the quarterfinals and they fell to Florida. We have all these teams. We're all intermingling with Florida and all this stuff. But with those two programs advancing, we've had seven programs reach their Elite Eight. And then you have the football team was in the college football playoff. So it's a extremely successful year in Texas athletics. I happened to catch just a snippet yesterday on our local news, and they were showing CDC was the SEC athletic directors meetings are happening right now somewhere, wherever they have them. And so CDC was on Paul Feinbaum's show, and I guess Paul Feinbaum made some comment about, did y'all have to come in winning all of these things? And CDC kind of laughed and was like, well, yeah, he goes, and then he talked about that. He said they were talking about being SEC ready. And he said, well, we knew that we were coming in for 2 years. So our programs have had a chance. Our programs have been working for this, and we knew what we were coming into. Yeah. And so we've been preparing. It wasn't like we just stepped in and acted like, we're
playing the SEC.
Yeah. But it was extreme. I mean, it was funny the way, however, CD, I can't remember, but it was his stuff. He tried to stay but then he went on, then came back with one of his signature remarks. So yeah,
he's like, "Come on, don't you know we're Texas?"
Yeah, exactly.
Do you know who I am? Don't contact. Do you know? Have you seen my record? Do you know that I'm a winner in any way possible?
Like, do you know who I am?
Yeah, that is very true.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of CFP,
oh yeah,
straight seating format.
Yes,
it just makes so much sense. It makes so much sense. I know they didn't know what they were doing this first year of the 12 team, but this feels when you have teams like Arizona State, Boise State getting a bye, and Texas does not get a bye.
Right.
Neither of the eventual champions got a bye. Although if you look at it this year, they still wouldn't have gotten a bye. Or if you had taken 2024 teams and stacked them how they would now, they still would have gotten a bye. But it's still just crazy to me that Boise State got a first round bye right out of here.
Yeah.
At least they're getting it corrected. Sometimes it takes forever for systems.
I haven't took 1 year.
So that is good.
Yeah.
I'll give them credit.
And they'll still have conference champions still get in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But they don't they make it that automatic top 4. Yeah. They'll everybody that they put in, then they'll seed. So
100%. It's just look at what's been happening with March Madness for a long time and roll with it. The model works. I don't know why they tried to mess it up for a year, but yeah, I'm very, very glad that they've fixed it.
Yeah, I was so relieved on that one.
Yeah, that was good. Was there any vote on the tush push case? Do you know? I remember seeing that quite a bit on
No, I don't think any of those things. I think it's kind of got still got tabled and put away. And then I did see where Detroit just basically withdrew their whatever there was about the home games, the playoffs. I didn't really understand what theirs was. Theirs had to do, I think, just because the same kind of thing. They didn't play, and then whoever they got matched up with, and and then Detroit exited the playoffs last year.
Yeah,
in very unceremonious fashion when they got just whooped at the first. I was like, "What happened? Y'all were the dominant team all season long," and
so fun.
So I have it's 100 I don't know if it was yesterday or today's 100 days till NFL kickoff. Or
I saw that.
That's crazy. Also, just where is the time going?
right, because Texas started their 100-day countdown like last week or the weekend or like late last week.
Yeah,
and started counting it down. And I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Gonna be here.
Are we already there?
Well, I have to share one more funny story because, we are huge fans of Diane Ballou, and I swear one day she'll come on. But she sent me another funny story out of the blue. She texted me over the weekend, and she was like, wait. No. She was
Out of the blue?
Out of the blue.
Yeah, I hate myself.
It made me laugh so much. She was like, look, my neighbor called me because he was like all white-faced and freaking out to wrangle his snake. And she was like, and I'm representing the left field while I'm doing it. Because she had her left field hat on, her baseball cap, with like a hoe and, the tool. Just kidding. And oh, sorry. I don't know. That was totally kind of corny. But yeah. She had a hoe. She had on like tough, like looking, ranch style rain boots and her left field hat. And she went to her neighbor's house and like got this snake out. And then she sent the picture of the snake, and it was like a big old snake. And she took that thing down, and she was like, representing left field out here, living this country life.
She is way braver than me.
Outside dogs, baby. Outside.
That is not me. I'm not. I know. You need a snake wrangler? I'm gonna send you to like ABC Pest Control.
Diane Ballou. Just send him to Diane Ballou.
Diane Ballou. Yeah, y'all. So it was funny.
It's amazing.
Yeah. So I'm sure it's going to be all the amazing parents. Texas baseball parents are going to be in full effect over the weekend, having a good time, wishing the best for their kids, being nervous as all could be, I'm sure, but I'm sure they can still have fun. And we saw our players had fun. If you didn't see on the socials, all of our players had a little pool party, showing off the bods. And I hope they had a little bit of fun, and now they're down to get to business and hit the weights maybe, and then get ready to play some baseball.
And I guess we're not going to know who's going to start. Who's going to be the starting pitcher until Friday.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't think that we have a real feel for what the philosophy is,
I mean, because
Ethan Walker.
Yes, that kid looks good.
Fantastic.
Mm-hmm. And, we are, it's like, you got to win that first game, but do you, who do you pitch? Because it's Houston Christian, and like, no disrespect, but, but you still got to win.
Right.
So.
That's the thing, is you always have to win. Which is where, like, as a coach, I'm sure that gets tricky, because like if things get dicey, then who do you like?
Right.
No.
What do you?
The left field Twitter group message has been too long. Didn't read for me. Like, it's just Logan and Mark going at it about who should start, and like Logan sending his Excel sheets and stuff. And I was like,
"Oh Lord,
brother, thank you, but I cannot read this right now. But thank you. I will read it maybe sometime." But yes, Logan's the best. He keeps like he's a numbers guy. So he's got Excel sheets on Excel sheets that he sends in this group chat, and I'm like, can someone
with like stats? Is that what he's doing?
Oh yeah, numbers, like results, RPI. Like, you need something, you text Logan. He will know I don't care what it is, and frankly, probably any team, he will probably know.
That's hilarious. We gotta love him.
Well, he's the best.
Barn and I have one of those friends too. Yes, Nick is all about. He sends me and Barn a little update before every game.
We talked about this. Were we at Matt's case or at Barton Creek? That it would be fun. We should get Mark on and Nick on to do a little baseball roundtable with us.
Yes.
Nick's an LSU fan, but he just loves college baseball in general, and he is like a big numbers guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that could be next week's show.
Yeah.
because we're going to be
Fully support.
Okay.
kind of into that. So,
Fully support. Line it up.
Line it up. Get them
as long as we win.
Yeah, fair point. Very fair point. Let's get ahead of ourselves, I guess.
Exactly. One day at a time.
Yeah.
One win at a time. All right, friends. You got anything else?
Just had some random things, kind of with as good as Scotty's been playing. The news came out today. The PGA has decided not to award like the strokes lead thing for the tour championship. So I don't know if y'all remember, like Scotty started with like at least an 8-stroke lead.
Oh, you mean
before he ever teed off?
You mean for the FedEx Cup playoffs?
At the end of the FedEx Cup, when they're doing the tour championship,
For the same
straight up, everyone starts at even.
Okay.
You don't get bonus strokes anymore. You're not
Right.
strokes ahead, anything. Which I like. I kind of thought it was, as much as I'm rooting for Scotty, it's also like, let's make it at least.
Yeah, and it would get confusing if you haven't watched golf at all and you try to tune into that, then you have no idea what's happening scoring wise. You're like, what?
Yeah.
Like doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. Anyway, so that's gone. Straight scoring. Everyone starts at even. And then the U.S. Women's Open is this weekend. And Haley Cooper, who graduated from Texas, played on the golf team a couple years ago, will be playing in that, competing in that, along with Farrah O'Keefe, who is a current player who will be competing as an amateur. So that'll be something to keep your eye on if you're not watching Bases Loaded, whatever we said, or anything else this week. If you want to switch over to Golf Channel and see if Farrah's holding her own, that'll be fun.
And the Women's College World Series will be going on as well.
Correct. There's a lot of things. Yeah. Frankly, all we're saying is get a few more TVs. Like, ladies, if your husband's ever trying to talk you into getting a bigger TV, now's the time.
Now's the time.
Let them do it, but then you got to tell them they have to put on softball. See how it goes.
Yeah.
You never know.
I mean, that softball's competitive, and they're
So you get the quad box going,
Yes, YouTube TV. Heck yeah.
There's not like an influence
doing over here.
softball game, a baseball game. You can do it all.
That's the best thing. I'm like, I know y'all are. I'm like, I don't even need to see NBA. I just want to see like college baseball and Women's College World Series. Luckily, they'll never all be played. So just designate that. That gets to go in one corner, and that's it.
It's fun. Good times. And if you get to actually go to a game, come on. It's a blast.
Yeah, come out. It's so fun.
It's so fun. Especially like Kay said, when we got to win.
Yeah.
When we win. Win. Okay.
Yeah, if you do come out and do your chit-chatting beforehand. Not walk up to me and try to have a random hello conversation once the game has started.
If you want to talk to Kasey, I need you to get there 2 business hours before.
Exactly right. That is very true.
Social time happens up until about 20 minutes before the game starts.
Yeah.
And then Kasey and I settle into our spots. If anybody happens to be fooled and thinks that they're going to be in our picnic tables, they are quickly told to move along.
Yeah.
And they do. And then we settle in and then it's time for the toast, the left field toast. And then it's time to, Star Spangled Banner and all the things.
Visit Texas.
We'll get wings ourselves. And then it's game time. So, yeah.
That'd be a good reminder. Like a run of show. Also, a run of show. Friday's going to be tough too, since it's an early game. So what time do people need to get out there if they want to?
I think some probably get out there like between 11 and 11:30.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
I mean, I think, I think people are still working. So I think it is what it is. I think if you can get out there by game time, do it. You'll be fine. I'm going to roll in when I can and catch the last bit.
Yeah.
Because
also, I found out
like at 1:15, Katie.
What is?
Your meeting's at 1:15?
Yeah, it's at 1:30.
At 1:30.
And that would be okay. But now also I have to drop PJ off at a sleepover at 3 o'clock.
At what time? 3 o'clock?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
So that means I'm going to be, her drop off is not far. And I'm going to text her mom tonight and see. This is a very Highland Park birthday celebration. It's you can drop off at the marina by a hula hut and they're going to go on the boat. And then they're going to And then they're going to get off the boat, and then they're going to go back to their house, and then they're going to sleep over, and then you got to pick them up on Saturday at 10 a.m. So then I was thinking that if I'm going to drop her off at the marina and she's spending the night, like, where am I going to do with all her sleepover clothes? So I'm thinking
Toss them in the car. I'll toss them in their trunk, maybe
in their car, but I think they're going to be on the boat. I don't know.
Oh,
Because my other thought is their house is literally directly next door to my school. I will be at this school holding this meeting. It'd be way easier if I could just drop PJ off with them.
Yeah.
And so then I can roll the game, and I can drop her clothes off and her, and then she can just like roll with the family to the boat.
Yeah.
that seems like
they would
by
let you.
far the easiest.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm gonna text them on, see what we can work out.
Yeah.
Excellent. Another thing on Friday, which I just want a shout out again. I know we talked about it last week, but shout out to Jody again, because we would not even be on this podcast if it wasn't for Shelly and Jody to begin with. So congratulations again on your retirement, Jody. And we love you.
We do.
Most deserving, best teacher ever. She deserves this retirement, and she has like had an amazing, amazing career that she should be so proud of. Her time in general education was amazing. Like I've said multiple times, I tell her all the time, one of the best teachers I have ever seen in my entire life. And then she did the hardest thing in the whole wide world and moved to special education when she saw a need, and has been working as a behavior specialist of social behavior skills teacher, which deals with kiddos who have the most, the highest needs, and then they need the most support from teachers to regulate their emotions and regulate their behavior. And it's the toughest job, y'all. So no doubt. And she's been doing that for the last, I don't even know how many years now. So that's the work of an angel, a hero. I don't know. It's the tough stuff. So
Tomorrow's the last day, right?
Tomorrow's the last day with the children.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And staff has their last day on Friday.
All right.
Yay for y'all. Happy summer.
Happy summer.
Happy summer.
And we'll see y'all in left field.
Quick shout out. Thank you to Attract Aesthetics. Who has anyone gotten to take advantage of the Attract Aesthetics?
I have. I had my facial last week, and Andrea was lovely. Very calming and soothing. I'm not one to go do a lot of these types of things, so I was a little nervous. And she was sweet as could be and explained everything as she was doing it. It was extremely relaxing. I was like, okay, I get why people do this. And she's got a nice salon that she's set up. And I encourage anybody that's looking for a facial or any other facial type things that she has lots of services. Lots of, I think, cosmetic type things or, eyebrow, that kind of stuff. But she's just great. So
check it out.
Yeah, check it out for sure.
Awesome. Mention Ladies of Left Field.
Yes.
Off your first service. Also, man, I'm so jealous y'all are there. I gotta find someone who can do that here for me.
Okay.
All right, friends. It's regional weekend. We're sending all the good vibes to Texas baseball, Texas softball.
Yep.
Oh, good vibes.
Yeah.
Let's get some dubs. Get some dubs.
Do that.
See y'all in left field.
Hook 'em horns. See you in left field.
Left field.